All right, guys, welcome back to Kings of Opinion, episode 96. Got my two usual studs here, Big Ern and the Wonder. Say hello.
Hello,
What's
hello.
happening?
Okay, so I got this gift for Christmas that I just recently tried to open up. It's a 3D metal model of Thor's Stormbreaker.
Okay.
It's not big. It's like probably like a couple inches, whatever. So I attempted while being off today
Is this
to
something you have to put together?
Yeah, 100% is. And I
Right away, we know where this is going. When it starts with, he has to put it together.
right. So I only wanted this one because I have his original Thor's hammer Mjolnir, and I did that, and it was kind of easy.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, let me get like the matching, like kind of other part of the set,
Right.
get Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
So I'm over here on this table. I take it's metal, so I take the
Right.
two sheets out, but it's like like the aluminum metal, bendable, whatever.
Die cast.
Yeah, and I'm starting to try to follow the directions. So I have the directions on one side. I have the two metal sheets. It's got all these little pieces and everything like that.
Right.
And it says use wire cutters and either like tweezers or like needle nose pliers to like jimmy these things out, because like if you play with it too much, they might bend and break or whatever. So I'm trying to, and like you think they'd be easier to pop out. And I'm using both sets of pliers, like the needle nose and the other fucking thing, the wire cutters. And for the life of me, it was easier to get it out with my fingers, wiggling it back and forth for minutes at a time.
Not to do.
Right, like they tell you exactly, like they tell you not to do, but it was working for the first several pieces, right? And I literally, it starts off with the same thing, the first one to the second one. You start with the base where the hammer is going to sit on.
Right.
And I'm starting with the base. And for whatever reason, the two pieces they give me, I'm looking at the picture diagram, and the way they want me to intersect these things, now remember, they have these little tabs that you put into another like intersecting tab, and then you got to bend it over, and that's what you use the pliers for or whatever. So I'm trying to do this, and the first two pieces are not going together for the life of me. Like, you think they'd have better pictures drawn in this goddamn thing? And I'm like, okay, let me just move on. Go to the next piece. Okay, the next piece folds into each other, clips together. Okay, where do I put this piece now? Oh, it's got to go on the other two pieces that I haven't put together yet. All right, let me just put that to the side. So now I get back to the first two pieces, and I'm trying to play with these stupid freaking metal pieces. And for whatever reason, like, I'm matching it as best as I can to the picture I'm seeing. And there's no words on these things. No words at all. It's just follow,
It's like everybody's going the route of IKEA instruction manuals. No words.
Right. And it was my fault. I see like this little barcode, like how you see on TVs where you scan it and then it pops up from your camera onto a website.
Yeah.
It's like, check this out before you start. Okay, you know what? Let me go there. The only thing that picture does, that when you scan it, is shows you it
Put together.
put together. And you could rotate it 360 degrees. I'm like, what does that do for me at this point? I thought maybe, then it says, oh, click here for instructions. I'm like, okay, maybe they have better step-by-step. And it's literally just a picture of what I have sitting in front of me. The stupid fucking booklet with just pictures. So I'm like, all right, this can't be, like, let me just get the base done today, and then I'll move on to the hammer tomorrow, and I'll build it in steps like I did the last time. Like, I didn't finish it all in one day. Like, it was supposed to just be a project while I'm killing time. Now, you gotta remember, they bend, so they have like little creases in some of these things, and if you bend them too much,
They'll break off.
so bending them, trying to finagle it, there goes a piece off. Okay, no big deal. I might be able to fix that when I put the other side on. Let me just try and get these two pieces together, because now it might be easier, because that other flop is off. Like, I'll just stick that in there. If I have to, I'll glue it. It's just the base. Who gives a shit, right? No problem. I'm doing the other pieces. I clamp them down. Okay, that works good. Now I'm trying to finagle another piece. Snap. I'm like, back, and I knock it out. I'm like, get out of here. I'm like, you know what? There's going to be no base. Let me just build the hammer at this point. So now I start with the hammer, the head of the hammer. And I'm playing with it. Oh, this is working out good. I got most of the hammer. I just got to finish this one little lap, get it in there and lock the things in, and I'll be okay. Tell me why the last little bend over lap that's attached doesn't want to go into the little clips or the holes or whatever. Like it's uneven in some kind of a way. Like I don't know if I did it, pulling it out, whatever. I can't get it in. Still trying to fix it, whatever. Snap. I'm like, you know what? Done.
Open the lid to the garbage can.
It's exactly where it is if you look at it right now. It's in the garbage can.
That was it. You had enough.
I got 4 pieces in, and I was done with it. The only thing I can tell you, I don't remember what, it's like metal cast something, 3D metal cast, Stormbreaker hammer. Guys, whoever makes that, come up with better directions. Or at least something better, or maybe it's easier to come apart. I don't know what to tell you. It was trash. Okay.
Now, who gave you the gift?
Oh, I think it was my family or something like that.
Right,
It was
so
from my thing.
So, not to hurt anybody's feelings, you might have to go on eBay and find one that's for sale, put together already.
That's actually a really good idea. I should research
I
that.
wonder if they have like the YouTube one where somebody does it on the camera or whatever.
It's funny you say that because I thought about that too. Like they gotta have like a speed up version of that.
Tutorial.
That's like 5 minutes long where it just they're working really fast on it and they kind of show you how to do it.
Yeah.
But I broke too many pieces already
Oh.
that it would. I don't even think it
By
would
the
have
time
mattered.
It was too late.
Yeah, like it was just too late, and I got so frustrated. It took me like an hour to do what I just described, and I don't know. Maybe a kid could do it better. I really don't know. Not for me anymore. But yeah, you're right. I think the best bet is to try and find it put together already, and then just hang it somewhere and be like, yeah, look, it worked out. But yeah, I guess that was my Ryan's rant for today. I had to get that out. I was a little upset over this whole endeavor of mine of trying to build this Stormbreaker for Thor, considering I have all his cool stuff around the apartment. But yeah, after that, let's get into craziness. What do you guys want to talk about first? Spring training baseball or how crazy free agent NFL is right now?
Yeah, let's stick with the NFL because freaking Yankee season's already over before it's starting, and NFL free agency Monday is like crazy bananas.
Yeah, like there are people going all over the place right now.
All over. Of course, except for the fucking Cowboys. Everywhere but the Cowboys.
Yeah, did you see who is it's Joey Bosa, right? He was on the Chargers.
Yeah.
They dropped him over this past week, right?
Just Saturday or Sunday.
Right? Yeah, it was just recently, which I think is crazy. His brother's going to try and get him to San Francisco. Watch that. That'll be insane. I wonder why they would drop him like that. And then they signed Khalil Mack to a 1-year deal. It's kind of strange, don't you think?
Yeah, but Khalil Mack was already there. He just didn't leave.
Right, but my point is why sign
Well,
him
because
back?
they signed Khalil Mack to a 1-year contract for what? A few million probably? Whereas Bosa is probably looking for multi-years and big-time money.
So the Mack re-signing was 1 year, $18 million.
Yeah.
Oh, so no big deal, $18 million? No. Okay. Devontae Adams has a new home.
Yes.
He's with the Rams. I kind of like that for him.
Nice chunk of change. Yeah, definitely. You kidding me?
I think he's going to be good there next year. With him with Puka. So that pretty much means Cooper Kupp is definitely going to get dropped or traded relatively soon, I would imagine, right? What's your take on Sam Darnold? You guys see?
I mean, I think they got him for cheaper than everybody was thinking he was going to go for, because everybody kept saying, he's going to get the 40 million. So he ended up going for what, like 30 something a year? Because 3 years, 100 million.
Yeah, 3 for 100.5 million. So it's pretty much like $33 million a year.
Yeah.
So Sam Darnold took 1 year with the Vikings and turned it into a payday with Seattle.
And if he did anything halfway decent those last 2 games, it would have been a much bigger payday.
Right, I agree with you. And what opened up that whole thing
He'd
was...
probably still be a Viking, too, at that point.
Yeah, probably. Geno Smith got traded to the Raiders,
Yeah.
which is wild to me.
I saw something just now online where it showed like a split of his stats playing indoors versus outdoors.
Who's that?
Being Geno Smith.
Okay.
And obviously the Raiders play
Indoors. Yeah.
and his numbers are like so much better indoors.
Really?
Like night and day.
Really?
Yeah, so, you know, I listen. Pete Carroll knows better than anybody, so
That he does. I mean, he did coach him for a little while, so I guess he'll take his chances with that, right? Who else do we got? Oh, Myles Garrett signed a big contract. The guy that wanted out of Cleveland.
that's a freaking joke. That's a joke. First of all, the owner refuses to meet with him, right? And then all of a sudden, the next day, throws this huge bag of cash at him.
Yeah, man. I think he's the highest non-paying quarterback right now.
Yeah.
Non-quarterback player. Better.
Yeah.
For $40 million a
huge
year.
Bag of cash. So I guess all that bullshit he talked about, wanting to go somewhere where he's going to be competitive every year, blah blah blah, was all a bunch of bullshit.
Of course it was. What are you gonna do? I guess he prefers the money over the championships or the Super Bowl. But he knows there's only a few teams that would have gave him that kind of money anyway, and you're not going to go to a winning team.
Probably no team.
Right. But even if there was,
and it's not like it's not even like the owner saying, "Oh yeah, we'll do this," and then screw him over and release him, because it's like all guaranteed. Too,
yeah,
so.
yeah. And the thing is as good as he is, like, he's not going to win a Super Bowl with the Browns, but maybe he'll do something like. What was it, like Von Miller did, and go play with like the Rams late and get a Super Bowl when he's like at the end of his career, barely playing.
Yeah,
you know, because
he's already getting to that point. He's been around for a few years. It's not like every time I feel like the screen says something, it's the freaking commander signing somebody again.
Well, it's all right.
Jesus Christ.
It's okay. You know, you never know. The Commanders could have a down year next year.
It doesn't seem that way with everything that they've been doing.
There's other free agents that I wanted to touch on. I just can't remember all of them, but the one I really wanted to talk about was the Jets were active today in getting a quarterback. 2-year, $40 million deal, so nice team-friendly deal since they're, losing out on a lot of that Aaron Rodgers money. With what's his name, Justin Fields. I don't know what to think about it, to be honest with you.
Obviously not their long-term plans, just a little stopgap,
So I kind of wonder what they're going to do in the draft then. Like, do they wind up drafting a quarterback at some point?
Yeah, I heard somebody just before saying, maybe this allows them to get a... I think they mentioned one of the good top wide receivers coming out in the draft this year in the first round with their first pick. And then, possibly being able to get one of the other quarterbacks in like a third round or something like that they could take a flyer at, for their future plans. Like, what's the guy's name? Dart?
Yeah, but he's going in the first round now, they're saying, in the mock drafts. Because I was looking at that, and I heard everyone talking about this guy. And they're saying this, like, there's so many teams that need a quarterback that they might draft this guy in the top 10.
You never know.
Along with, what's his name? Shadora Sanders and Cam Ward, is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Cam Ward's going to be definitely like a top 3 pick, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on what happens the rest of this free agency, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be just a bunch of things that are going to happen in the next week. I'm sure that there's just going to be trades and, all these other things. People are going everywhere for all these boku bucks.
Your boy DJ Reed just signed with the Lions.
Yep. And the Bucks are keeping Chris Godwin. That's another one that was huge because they thought other guys. Oh, we totally forgot DK Metcalf to the Steelers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That was pretty quick.
Another big deal.
Yeah, you're right. That was a big trade, and then automatically signed a big contract.
Big.
Yeah. Honestly,
I thought he was going to go to the Cowboys.
yeah, depending on who's his quarterback going to be, it might not look good for him anyway. Like, I know they're saying Aaron Rodgers might be going to the Steelers.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely looking that way.
I mean, good luck to him. We'll see what he does. I mean, at least he's going to a team that is always over 500 and has a good, stable
What
coach.
about your boy Devontae Adams?
Yeah, I guess he made the decision just to go to the Rams and say, screw it. He's like, I'm getting a little older. I kind of like the warm weather out there.
Oh, we mentioned him already, didn't we?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No, that's all good. But it's funny that we bring that up now in tandem with Rodgers because Rodgers earlier, was it last week, I want to say? Or it was probably late last week. He was linked to the Giants. And then they said if the Giants were going to sign him, they'd have to sign Devontae Adams. So it's like, I guess that got kiboshed or whatever. Or he just decided he didn't want to be on another losing New York team.
I think the Giants are going to try to do something in the draft and move up and get Cam Ward. That's what I think.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's a lot of draft capital, though, to do something to move up. Well, they only have to move up one, but, like, they normally don't let you just swap, like, 3 for 2. So you're going to have to give up another pick. So I don't know what they'd be thinking on that. Maybe, they might also be the same guys that might want to go after that guy Dart too. If they don't want to, risk the draft capital and give up like a 3rd round or 4th round pick with the 3rd pick of the draft. Oh, your Cowboys re-signed somebody. They're defensive tackle.
Re-signed.
Right. Okay. Well, they kept him. That's a good start, right?
We need some new blood.
I think you're just going to get him from the draft. What else do we got? The Max Crosby deal was another big contract.
Yeah.
Not to only be outdone by Myles Garrett the next day. That was kind of crazy last week. Did you see Saquon Barkley got a bigger contract now too?
Yeah.
I think he's making $20 million a year.
Giants didn't want to give him $9 million a year. Now he's making $20 a year.
Right? That's crazy.
How much is he loving life that the Giants didn't re-sign him now?
Well, listen, the fact that he's a Super Bowl champion,
And making $11 million more than even if the Giants would have paid $9
right?
million.
I think he's feeling pretty good right now. We're gonna have to keep an eye on this stuff. I feel like there's just gonna be a bunch of things happening this week with the NFL. When's the draft normally? Is it April?
I think April.
End of April? Yeah, because then the schedule comes out in May, I want to say, right? It's crazy. And you know what? This is nice, good weather this week,
Oh, beautiful.
right?
Beautiful.
We're starting to come around into spring. Have you started your walking yet, or?
Oh yeah, I mean I've been walking, but definitely better the warmer the better.
Today is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a great day today, and it's only going to get better the rest of the week out here. I think it's going to get to like 70 degrees, right, or something like that.
Crazy, man.
Right? It's awesome. That's some good golfing weather. Just saying, And with the daylight savings time, we get an extra hour.
Yeah. My son texted me last night because he said that the courses by him in San Diego, they all raised their prices with the daylight savings time.
Really?
Yeah, he said what he was paying $25 for a round is now charging $50.
Wow.
Wow, they doubled.
Yeah.
That's insane. Jeez. And that's still cheaper than here. That is wild. Oh, boy. Let's see what else we got. So let's get to the injury news. But I'll break it. I guess we'll talk about it. We won't go right into baseball, but we'll start with the Knicks first.
Oh, yeah.
That too, right? So
even worse.
right? Jalen Brunson's out, a couple weeks, right?
Well,
they're saying?
They still haven't come out definitively and said what it's going to be. They're saying a couple of weeks. Who knows? Because depending on the grade of the sprain, it could be 6-8 weeks. Who knows?
Terrible timing right now, too. I mean, they still have...
Listen, the fact of the matter is are they going to rush him back? I hope not, because regardless, I think I heard like even if they play 500 ball the rest of the season, I think they got like 20 games left, something give or take.
Right.
They can be no worse than like the 4 seed or something like that.
Well, that's good, I guess. But then the 4 seed, you have to worry about playing the Cavs, I guess, in the second round,
Listen,
right?
at this point, I don't think they're getting past anybody in the second round anyway, so better to not rush them back, take your time, get all these bench guys playing and tire the shit out of them, and get some rest for the rest of the starters that are still playing, and maybe they'll be fresh for the playoffs, and fingers crossed something magical happens, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's all you want, right? I mean, basketball's a little bit harder, like, to have those magical runs, I feel like, because normally the better team just wins.
Cleveland just doesn't lose.
Yeah.
Boston's just a powerhouse, so.
Yeah, you're 100% right. So it's going to be a tough road for them. And they've took some brutal losses recently, too, so that's always not great when you're trying to, like, get ready for the playoffs and everything. I know they did get Mitchell Robinson back, but he's not playing that much.
No, they're just easing them
Yeah,
at this point.
which makes sense. You know what I mean? So we'll see where that goes. I mean, technically, you still got 3 more months of regular basketball. Like, don't the playoffs start in like May? Like middle of May or something like that?
Yeah, they still got, like I said, they still got, I think, 20, 21 games.
Yeah, so that's like at least gets you to May. So you got 6 weeks to play with. You know what I mean? So hopefully they could just weather the storm and work themselves back into a rhythm, and like you said, throw up a prayer and see what happens in the playoffs. Now to the bad news that I hate talking about over and over again, but it seems like this is going to be like an every year thing with our Yankees and even your Mets. What's his name? The catcher, Alvarez.
Yeah.
He's out 6 to 8 weeks with
Oh wow.
a fractured bone. I forget what the name of the bone is in his wrist, like in between his wrist and his hand.
Yeah, I mean, at least for them, that's not that big of a deal, because isn't the guy that backs him up, like, wasn't he pretty damn good last year? And I mean, I think at one point last year people were asking for him to play over Alvarez anyways.
I don't know if that guy's even on the team anymore.
Yeah,
Is he?
yeah, he's still there.
Yeah,
He's still there.
okay. Because they were talking about that guy Nito. He's in Detroit right now. That they wanted to try and get him back to catch.
Well, because this other guy that I'm talking about, and I forget his name right now, he's the only catcher on the roster right now.
Oh wow.
So they need to get somebody else anyways.
Oh, so that would make sense to have him back up for the next couple months or whatever. And then the other news is something that we didn't want to hear is, Garrett Cole got hurt last week and he went for, I guess, an MRI or an opinion with a doctor. And now he's asking for a second opinion because it looks like the first doctor was saying,
Tommy John.
yep, good old Tommy John. And, there's no good news when you got to get Tommy John because he's going to be out, over a year, which means he won't be pitching for us till probably next second half of the year after the All-Star break, I would assume. And that's if we're lucky, if everything goes well.
And he doesn't prolong it with these second, third, fourth opinions and
Right.
shit like that.
Like if he I think he's getting the second opinion sometime in the next day or two. So if they also say he has to get surgery, he should get surgery tomorrow.
Yeah.
And just get this ball rolling, you know what I mean? Because obviously he's going to be done for the year, maybe salvage him for next year, and now all of a sudden, all these Yankee haters or Yankee fans that just love to just be super negative are like, there goes the season. It's over already before it even started. But we'll see. It's such a long season, baseball, that, you could bring up somebody for a little while and...
Yeah, I mean, you never know. It's just that it's like, it seems like we're getting to the point so far this year that the writing's on the wall for a freaking 81 season is like...
Let's hope not. I know, listen, as long as a lot of the offensive players stay healthy. I mean, we lost John Carlos Stanton for God knows how long, but I feel like that's really not that big of a deal to me. You know, if you get him back in the second half of the year, as long as the Yankees are competitive while he's gone, which I think they will, you know, they're crushing home runs right now. I know it's only spring training, but they're hitting bombs left and right. They hit 3 home runs, I think it's today. I'm looking right now, in the first inning. They hit 3 home runs in the first inning. And Austin Wells was leading off. He led off with a home run.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Who else hit him?
Goldschmidt, another one. And your boy, Trent Grisham.
No.
I want everyone else to stay healthy. Like, we already got Luis Heel down for like a couple months.
So all this talk about Stroman, and all of a sudden now he's our number 3 starter.
Basically. 100%. Maybe number 4. Maybe number 4. I do like what I've been seeing out of, what is it, Will Warren? Is that his name? He's been lights out so far. I don't know if he changed anything. But he's been doing really good so far in spring training. Your boy Clay Holmes has been doing good.
I did see he had a good start.
Yeah. I'm actually shocked, but like everyone says, it's just spring training. You just want these guys to get out of spring training healthy.
Right.
And then you see what happens in the season.
And let's not get crazy. I mean, yeah, he pitched, 3 innings and had 8 strikeouts, but he also did have 3 walks. So that's like right in line for a Clay Holmes performance.
Well, I would have liked to have seen that game because I wonder when he walked the 3. Did he walk 1 an inning? Because then I'm okay with that. But if he got 2 outs on back-to-back strikeouts and then walked the bases loaded, then yes, you're correct. That's on par with how Clay Holmes does things. And then I'd be a little worried. So, did you see any of that game or you just saw that?
No, I just saw the stat line.
Yeah, I'm just looking at stat lines too, or little highlights here and there on Instagram or TikTok of what's going on. But, I haven't really gotten in the zone yet, I guess, of watching the baseball games because it's still been kind of chilly. And I feel like, we're still kind of in winter mode up here. And I can't wait for baseball to start just to see how these guys actually do play in the regular season. I think the Yankees will be okay offensively as long as, knock on wood, they stay healthy. And I think they have enough. A lot of people are worried about their pitching depth. I think we have enough even to get through the season without Garrett Cole. And obviously Luis Heel right now too. But I think he comes back. And then I think the All-Star break, we're okay.
You don't think if news comes out that he's got to get Tommy John, they're not going to try to get another pitcher?
Not right away. I don't think so. I think they'll do what they did last year and maybe explore the trade deadline if they need to. I think they'll go with the homegrown guys first. But like I said, if these guys weren't pitching well right now, then maybe I could see them being more aggressive. But I was reading some quotes with Cashman that he's ready for the worst with Garrett Cole. And they said they're still looking for a right-handed bat for the team, and they're now going to be looking for pitchers. But I feel like if you're too aggressive, you're going to give up too much, and I don't think you really need to give up too much right now. You know what I mean?
One name is going to be in there is Will Warren, right?
Yeah, him. I don't know what's going on. I wish I should have looked it up. The guy Poteet, remember him from last year that came up and pitched 3 or 4 good starts, and then he had some kind of arm issue, and then they shut him down.
Yeah.
Is he back this year, or does he have Tommy John or something like that? I know someone had Tommy John, but I don't think it was him. I'm trying to figure out because his name hasn't been mentioned, so maybe he was the one with Tommy John last year. Because I'm trying to see what are these guys doing, because yeah, I don't follow more players. I'm trying to look here. You got any news, Wonder, on any Mets stuff going on?
No,
They've been pretty quiet.
Holmes' stat line yesterday.
Yeah, they've been pretty quiet, so I wonder what's going on with them so much. Yeah, I don't even see him on the 40-man roster.
No.
I'm looking. Yeah, I don't even see him over here. Huh. That's strange. Yeah, maybe he's hurt. I don't know. I don't know how to spell his last name either, so.
Me either.
I know it's like Poteet or Polite or something like that. I don't know. But he was promising, but he's probably hurt, so who cares? Yeah. I haven't heard much of a lot of different people so far with the Yankees or Mets, so maybe they're all right. The standings really don't matter to me. I mean, if they matter to you, where we got the Mets. The Mets are 6-8 so far, and the Yankees are 8-7. So they're right in the middle of the pack, but no one's really blown away with anything. It's just spring training. Like I said,
yeah, the Mets.
Be healthy.
The Mets are going to score runs, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's a question. It's just going to be a matter of how their pitching holds up this year.
So you know what I wanted to ask you? And it sucks you're not on the stupid Ocean City thread that we have. But what did you think of Steve Kelly and Shady's ramble by themselves the other day? Did you read any of it, or?
I gotta be honest, not really much of it because it's just way too overwhelming, and it's usually the majority of it happening while I'm at work. So
Yeah,
it's like
100%. So to give you a little backstory, they've been going after each other, I guess, for weeks now. Ever since Soto signed with the Mets. I guess kind of started there. Yeah. So that far back, I guess, December's. But now that it's spring training, Shady's all about how good the Mets lineup is. It's the best in baseball, blah, blah, blah. And then Steve Kelly's retort is, what's the Mets rotation look like? Because they didn't really sign anybody. And, early on, Montas went down the first day of spring training, and then Manaea the next week. Yeah. So he's like, who are they pitching, to start the season? You only have 3 guys left or whatever. Meanwhile, I think they actually have a deeper rotation than I thought. They had 7 guys, but, a few of them aren't really obviously any good. They're just going to throw them out there and see what sticks, basically. But yeah, they've been going back and forth. So one day last week, it might have been, was it Friday or was it Saturday? No, it had to be Friday. Friday, there was literally 110 text messages about Yankees and Mets and this and that. And I read, I want to say 90% of it. And I guess the gist of it was the Mets have the best lineup in baseball. The Yankees have the best rotation in baseball, even without Garrett Cole. And to sum it up, both those comments blow my mind, right?
Yeah.
Because as good as the Mets lineup is, and please correct me if I'm wrong, they're not the best lineup in baseball, in my opinion. Right. And I'm gonna hopefully we get Shady on here before the season starts.
Dodgers got a pretty good one.
I think the Dodgers have the best lineup in baseball, bar none, 1 to 9. They're loaded, right? We saw them last year in the playoffs, and they got even better than that. They signed a couple other dudes. They signed their guys back.
Well, I mean, I guess as much as you hate to have to do, but as far as the Mets go, where they had already a very good lineup, they didn't really lose anyone significant, and then they added one of the best hitters in baseball. So, I mean...
Yeah. But last year, that same lineup without Juan Soto wasn't really good until the end of the year.
Yeah.
A lot of guys struggled in the first half. We all forget how bad they were in April and May. Also, we have to remember how good they were in August and September, right? So, there's a little bit of a balance. Which team are you going to get all year round? Are you going to have the same old Mets that struggle early and then take off towards the end of the year, which is fine because they went very far.
What's their projected lineup looking like? Is it going to be Lindor, Soto, Alonso?
Yeah. It's Lindor, Soto, either Vientos or Alonso. So, whatever you want to put there. Those are the top 4. Then you got Nimmo. Who else?
I mean, that's pretty crazy right there, 1 to 4.
Yeah.
So
100%. Let's see what their lineup was today. So yeah, you had Lindor, Soto, Alonso, Winker, Vientos, Marte, McNeil, Torrens at catcher. That's got to be your guy, and then Siri in center field. So,
Like if they get anything out of McNeil,
yeah, listen, it's a deep lineup, and they have this is not like the starting lineup either. Like I'm sure there's guys that I'm missing. I don't know if you know off the top of your head, but there's got to be other guys that they didn't play today.
no, but that sounds.
It's
pretty
gonna be
much
close.
like what it's gonna be.
Yeah. Who am I? Like Soto played right.
No, I don't think you're missing anybody there.
No.
No, you said Nimmo, right?
No, I didn't say Nemo, so he's the only one not on here. And I don't know who else I'm missing. I might not be missing anybody else. Nemo's an outfielder, right?
And he's probably going to be in that. So let's see, it's going to be Lindor, Soto. It might be Nimmo third, then Alonso, then Vientos. I mean, that's pretty crazy.
No, yeah, they definitely have a solid lineup. And I would even probably say a top 5 lineup in baseball just off the top of my head, just ranking, teams. But to say that they have the best lineup in baseball, I guess we're going to find out this year, right? See how many runs they put up. Because last year, surprisingly enough, the team that put up the most runs was the Arizona Diamondbacks. Which is like you wouldn't think that would be the team, right? But they didn't make it, past what was it, the wild card round, I think, right? So you could score a whole bunch of runs throughout the year, but it all depends what you're going to do in the playoffs. And obviously they have to make the playoffs, which obviously makes sense, right? But the biggest factor in their lineup will be Juan Soto, because you saw what he did with the Yankees last year in the playoffs. If he does that for the Mets, they could contend to get to the World Series. That's just the bottom line,
Right.
in my opinion.
Yeah, listen, it's all about protecting guys in the lineup, right? And looks like they got that covered. Whereas like Judge, Judge might get 150 walks this year the way it's
Easily. He'll probably get that no matter what. Let's see. So the Yankees wind up winning 10-2 today. What was their lineup?
At this point, starting the season, who's protecting Judge in the lineup?
Well, I'm looking for their lineup. Let's see the box. So you had Wells, Judge, Bellinger, Goldschmidt, Grisham, Smith, who's Dominic Smith. He was the ex-Met.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
He's a Yankee.
Yeah, they signed him to a spring training, I guess minor league contract, like invitation to spring training.
And here we go. Talk about a guy that the Yankees could never get out, and seemed like he got a hit every time he was up that bat against the Yankees. Now that he is a Yankee, he will get nothing done.
What do you think he's batting right now in spring training?
0.65.
He's hitting 316.
Okay.
But once again, like I always say, spring training doesn't mean nothing. But you know what's crazy? Because of Stanton being hurt, and obviously they're going to put him to the 60-day IL stint, he might make the team if he keeps hitting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Lombard also played short. And then you had like a couple different people play third today. I don't even know who these guys are. Hardman and Velasquez, that we know, he used to be the kid we had a couple years ago. And then you had this guy Matthias. He came in for them and played second. So there's someone else that played third at some point. I don't know. But yeah, there's a bunch, there's a lot going on here. There were a lot of substitutions today. Who's Jones in center field?
Spencer.
Oh, he plays center field? I didn't even know that. Yeah, see, he's not ready yet. He's hitting 222. You know who's not on here? Dominguez. He didn't play today. Warren got the
Jones
win.
is one of these guys who's going to have to figure something out, man.
Who?
Spencer Jones.
Yeah. He's another big boy that needs to start doing something. Warren gave up 1 earned run today in 3.2 innings. 2 hits. 2 runs, 1 earned. So.
It means there was an error somewhere.
Yep. So we'll see. Yeah, error. Vivas. I don't even know who that is. Anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I just hope no one else gets hurt, man. Because you know what's going to happen? Knock on wood. If Aaron Judge goes down for any amount of time, you might have that 81 or 82 win season.
We might have it regardless. Who the hell knows? Hope for the best. Prepare for the worst.
Yeah, right? I'll be honest with you. Like, I like Cody Bellinger. I think if you put him behind Judge, I think that'll be enough protection if he starts hitting home runs at Yankee Stadium. I'll put it to you like that. Because he's a lefty. If he just starts popping them out and they walk Judge, they're not going to start walking Judge no more. And then it'll almost be like the same concept. Like, so Judge did it for Soto last year. No one really did it for Judge last year. Remember they were flopping people behind him the whole time last year? They kept mixing and matching behind him.
Yeah, but you got to remember something. They're not going to... Soto...
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
Like, Soto didn't protect Judge. Judge protected Soto. That's why Soto had one of his best years last year in his career. And which I think this year he'll have a very similar stat line. I don't think he's going to hit 41 home runs at Citi Field or in general for the whole season. I think it'll be a little bit lower, but you'll see him around like 35 home runs, which, you know, it's still great. And then as long as he gets 100 RBIs, 100 runs, and all that other stuff, you'll sign for that every year, which is great. I just think the person that we need to worry about protecting now is Judge. Like, Judge protected Soto, so now you have to protect Judge, so Judge can almost be Soto, even though last year he was better than Soto, if that makes any sense. Like, I mean, he hit more of everything than Soto, but if he doesn't have that protection, like you said, and then he's going to walk 200 times, the Yankees will suffer.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's why you hear a lot of people's opinion of how they think that Judge should probably lead off.
That, you could do that. I don't really like that, per se. I'd rather him be in the third spot. Again, I think that worked really well for him last year. You just got to find a good 1-2 combo in front of him. And I think that's what they should be focusing on in spring training. Because that's what he did last year. He still hit 58 home runs and had 144 RBIs, I want to say. But you need someone in front of him to get on base. Because that's what Soto was doing. How many times did we watch the games where the leadoff guy and Soto were getting on, and now you're facing Judge with 2 men on and no out? It's exactly what's going to happen with the Mets with Lindor and Soto. That number 3 batter has got to be huge.
There's going to be such a big drop off after that's where you're going to see the 150 walks. Because they're like, all right, even if Judge gets on, now there's such a big dip.
Well, you're forgetting about the Jazzes of the world, the Paul Goldschmidts. Like, there's still guys that could hit the ball. Like, Goldschmidt was an MVP 2 years ago. I know he's on the decline, but he had a good second half of the season last year, and that was on a crappy Cardinals team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now he's, I don't want to say, because I didn't watch the Cardinals enough. I don't want to say like they, you know, relied on him for offense and all that stuff. But obviously he's coming here. He doesn't have to worry about that. Play a solid first base, better than Rizzo was last year, and hit the ball and see what happens. You know, between those guys, like, listen, is their lineup as long as it was last year? No. But their lineup wasn't even that good last year after like 5 or 6 guys. You know what I mean? Because all their money is tied up in, you know, Cole, Freed, all these, even Rondon, big monster contract. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they ended up scoring a nice amount of runs last year. I don't think that was their problem.
But they still went in their lulls. Remember in the middle of the year in July?
Yeah. But still, like you said, Judge still had his 100 and almost 50 RBIs. Soto was well over 100 RBIs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. They did. They just need those two guys. I think Cody Bellinger and Paul Goldschmidt, if they have decent years.
Yeah, they're gonna need a lot out of guys who are on the downswing of their careers.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
the gist of it.
Bellinger's in on the downswing. How old is he? He's like 31, 32, no? So he's not really on a downswing. He's just, he wasn't the same player he was with the Dodgers. Let's just put it like that. But he had a fine year with the Cubs last year, And another guy, you're not asking him to go crazy here. Like, we don't need 50 home runs, 40 home runs, 100 RBIs. Give me 25 to 30 and around 80 RBIs, both of you, and you actually make up the difference with Soto right there. And then some,
Yeah.
And you're getting a fresh Austin Wells, like he played a lot last year. He was actually batting lead off today. He led off the game with a home run.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
You can't do that the whole year with a catcher.
Yeah, I don't think
You can't.
So. And but I'm not worried about him. I think he's going to be a good ball player for us for a long time.
Yeah, I'm not. I think he's a solid catcher, and I think he will have a better sophomore season than he did in his rookie season. So I think he'll be okay. I just want these pitchers to hold up, right?
Yeah,
Well,
ideally.
Yeah. These guys gotta hold up. Same thing with the Mets, right?
Right.
You just want them out of there, like, well, not even to mention it, but like the Lindors of the world, like their top guys need to stay healthy. The good thing about having Alonso back is that guy plays 150 something games. You don't have to worry about him. Soto's the same way. He plays hurt and banged up. Look what he did last year with us when he was all banged up. Mm-hmm. And he still powered through and did whatever he had to do. So both teams are fine. I don't want to get overly dramatic and, go crazy looking for people. I think Cashman right now is always good with picking these, like, I don't want to say like bums and turning them into like gold for like a half a year or a year. Like he does that a lot with guys that he picks up towards, like randomly at times. So maybe he could work magic and do that again. But I wouldn't see them going after anything crazy right now. I don't think panicking is the right move right now for the Yankees. Just sit back and just chill out. And that's it. I'm done with my baseball nonsense. Yeah, we still got a couple more weeks to go.
It's baseball season.
It is. And he's retired officially for now. I don't. He might do the playoffs. I don't know if I heard that somewhere. He'll just come back if the Yankees make the playoffs, Sterling. But I don't think so because now they got a new broadcaster with Susan. I forget the guy's name.
Oh, you mean doing the same thing as like last year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think his reign is over. I think it's done.
Yeah.
Retirement. Yeah. So what do we got as far as TV shows? Or movies or anything like that? I don't think I watched any movies.
Me neither. I mean, the only thing that I've watched, because I've been trying actually not to watch too much, but I did watch that. There was that one mini series, whatever the hell they call it on Netflix, the Zeroday.
Okay.
With De Niro.
Uh huh.
It was pretty good. It was alright.
Is this all right?
Yeah.
What's it about? Zeroday? What is it?
It's basically he is a former president who is kind of like brought out of retirement, so to speak, because was a cyber attack on the U.S. Where it like the whole country was shut down for literally 1 minute, and like thousands of people died between car accidents, train accidents, plane accidents, and all this stuff, and then they're trying to figure out who did it and all that stuff. So the current president, asks him to come and run this makeshift task force that they create just to handle this thing.
Oh wow. How many episodes is it?
6 episodes.
Oh, so nothing crazy.
Yeah. But it was good. It was good. Nothing, spectacular, but it was.
Nothing on the Fire Stick for you to watch recently?
I've been purposely trying not to watch too much. I've been doing some other stuff, but yeah, so I haven't been watching too much.
Oh, that's good. Someone goes to sleep early, I see. What about you, Wander?
I've just been watching Daredevil on season 2, like I think at least halfway in or more, and yeah, it's good. It's really good. I'm so surprised I didn't watch it.
You're talking about the new one?
No, I haven't gotten to the new one yet.
Oh, okay. Because I did watch the first episode of that, and the opening scene was pretty darn amazing.
Yeah.
That was
The first 2 episodes were insane. I watched them back to back on Friday or Saturday. I don't remember what it was. But, dude, back to you. I don't know how you missed that show
Right.
on Netflix, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't what the original one. What? How many seasons was it?
3.
3, I think.
I gotta go back because I don't know. I do remember seeing some of it. I don't know if I saw all of it. I'm gonna have to go back and check. But the opening scene of this new season was dope.
Yeah, super dope. Yeah, I don't want to ruin it, but yeah, it was everything I was hoping for in a show, and I heard the season's so good that they're already making season 2 of Daredevil Born Again, and I don't know what it is. Correct me if I'm wrong.
And sorry to interrupt, but did you notice how the young guy who's working with the mayor, that's James Gandolfini's son?
Yeah, I picked up on that. There's a bunch of actually Sopranos guys in Daredevil, like the old show, and then you have his son in the new show, and there's I think 1 or 2 other people in this one that were in the Sopranos back in the day. They're just like background characters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we might not have seen it yet, but they alluded to like a couple different people from the 2, but the old one, I think they're 10-episode seasons, right?
I believe so.
So
at least I would say.
are you halfway through the 2nd season?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, because the 3rd season is insane to me. Did you watch any of those other spin-offs on Netflix? Like the Jessica Joneses and
No.
Okay.
I think I saw a few of the what's the guy's name?
Luke Cage?
Yeah, I think I saw a couple of those.
That show was good too. Like none of them are as good as Daredevil.
Right.
I'm trying to think if any of them got 2nd seasons of them.
It's actually funny as I was watching it. As soon as the Punisher popped up, I was like, "Oh no!" This was in season 2, as you would know.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, "Oh no! Am I supposed to watch the Punisher first?" But then I went and looked it up, and it's like they had the order, and it was Daredevil.
Yeah, I think it's Daredevil 1 and 2, and then it's like the other shows' first seasons, and then I want to say Daredevil 3, then the Punisher's like the last one.
That was
Something like that, yeah. Because the Punisher was last to come out.
Yeah.
They didn't even know they were going to give him a show. Right. His show was good too. It was
right.
He was crazy.
I remember watching some of that as well.
Oh, if you didn't see that, you should see that.
For the Daredevil, yeah, it's really good, and they definitely spent a lot of money on it, and the fights are just all great, just the way it's shot and coordinated.
Yeah, they did a good job with that.
And then I also watched Chaos. It's like a documentary on Netflix about Charles Manson murders.
I saw that.
It's also a book, I think. The book is supposed to be really good. Yeah, it was good. I watched it yesterday. It's like I think it was like 90 minutes or something like that. I was always like kind of interested in like serial killers and stuff like that. So it was right up my alley.
Good.
And it's just interesting too how there's like links with like the CIA and stuff being involved. It's just interesting theories, I guess you could say.
Oh, it's like theoretical.
Well, yeah,
Like, it's not
they give you some facts, and then it's like, nothing is concrete, but you can draw your own ideas of what happened.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah.
I was gonna say about the Daredevil, the guy that plays Daredevil. I think his name is Brian Cox.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I've never seen a guy play a blind man so good.
He does look like.
Bro, if I saw him in the street and he was acting like that, I'd be like, yo, this dude's blind. Like, he's so good at playing blind. And then on top of it, like, obviously, he could see with the glasses, right? But, like, the way he stares because he has, like, the red shaded glasses.
Yeah.
So you can still see his eyes.
Yeah.
The way he stares out into, like, space half the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is he doing?
Yeah, but I mean...
I was swear he was blind.
Yeah.
Where did you say that? Anyone could play a blind guy?
No, 100%, but I guess it's...
He sells it well.
Yeah, you don't see like many people play blind people, I guess, like on TV, let alone be a superhero. And then he's always just like, I guess like if I'm talking to the Wanderer, he's not looking at the Wanderer, he's looking like down and like.
Even when he takes off the glasses.
Yeah, he'll look down and be like, and he wanders over here, he's talking to him, and he's like looking this way, and I'm like, this is wild to me.
Speaking of blind characters, what about in Teenwolf? The guy, he played a good blind guy too.
He did. But to me, he still saw a little something. Like they showed you in his eyes one time. Speaking of which, I'm on season 4 of that. And like it's getting a little silly now. Like now I'm like starting to lose it. Because now it's like... It's like still... they're getting crazy now. Like there's all these different monsters and this and that and berserkers and like what is happening? And why is this kid can't figure out how to be an alpha already and like just start ripping people's heads off, Like all these bad guys are coming out of the woodworks to get this one kid, and like he has this little band of misfits and like some of them disappeared or died or whatever, and like, they just didn't come back for the season. Like I don't even remember what happened with that kid Isaac. Like I don't remember him dying in season 3, but he's not there anymore.
It's just it seemed like that was one of those shows where a lot of those guys just either got written off or something else came up and they were gone. Like, I mean, I was shocked when they killed off the girl Allison.
Yeah, me too. And like pretty much like the end of season 3, I was like, what the hell? Because what's weird is I know we kind of touched on it last week, but do you know there's a movie of that show?
No.
Yeah, there's a 2023 movie, and supposedly they're all in it. I'm like, how the hell is Allison in it? Like, I want to watch the movie to see, like, because obviously she's not in the other seasons, right? So she dies in 3, 4, 5, and 6. She's not around, and then all of a sudden she's on the picture of the movie, unless she's just on the picture of the movie because it's a Teenwolf thing. Yeah, there's like a 2-hour movie of it. And like to have them all there. I just don't know if they're all in the movie because I didn't see it. Like I'm waiting to finish the season. So I've been like watching a couple episodes every night to just like finish it up. But like, dude, like last season was 24 episodes. I'm like,
so.
Oh my God. And I get it. I think I said this last week. Like it was like a 2-parter. So it was really 2 seasons in one. And I it's the same thing with seasons 5 and 6. There's 20 episodes. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
No, the last season I think is only 12 episodes.
Season 4 is 12. 5 and 6 are 20. I already checked it because I wanted to see how much I had left. Okay, and then I was watching these silly Hulu shark movies the other day. Like I had nothing to do. And I was just staying up watching TV, and I'm just like...
They do put out a lot of stupid-ass shark
There's like 100 shark movies on Hulu. I could be here from sun up to sundown watching an hour and a half shark movies. They're not terrible, though. They're entertaining. Like one, I forget, one was like Left at Sea. It's like an airplane goes down in like the Bahamas or something somewhere or wherever they're at. And like the plane is underwater, and they're trying to survive because you remember how like the airplane is like... vacuum sealed or whatever you want to call it. Cabin pressure. So like the front is, they're on a cliff. The front is kind of hanging off of the plane, but like the water only fills so much.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing a couple of minutes of that. It's like a young girl in there with
Yeah.
her mom or something.
Yeah, a very young little
Yeah.
English girl with
Yeah.
her grandmother and grandfather.
Right,
You know?
right.
But like for some to just kill an hour and a half, it wasn't bad. Like people were getting eaten left and right, and I'm like, this is great. Oh, how stupid you gotta be! Like, let's go in the water. Like you see a shark like rip this guy out from like 2-3 feet of water, and you're like, yeah, you know what? Let me go down there and check it out. Oh, you're dead too. See ya. So whatever. That was entertaining. Then there's the one with Alicia Silverstone.
Really?
Yeah, and I didn't even watch. I was like, what is this? And that was like an hour and 25 minutes. I'm like, let me just. It was late at night. I just put it on, and she looks all beat up to hell, and like the shark is just eating her husband, and like then trying to eat her, and then eating some like Filipino guy because she floated off to some other island or whatever. It was crazy stupid too, but that's pretty much what I've been watching. Yeah, you know. Oh, did you guys watch Invincible?
No, not yet.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
I know you're saying that.
Oh my god. Because it's like a cartoon,
Yeah,
but
I-
like it's graphic. And like there's only one episode left. I think it's what's today, Monday? I think it's Wednesday it comes out, so I'll finish that this week. And I started Severance. The season 2 of Severance I started.
Oh, you're on season 2 already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I started one last year,
Yeah.
and now I had season 2 just came out like I guess a couple
Right.
months ago.
Right.
So I think that's almost done. So by the time I catch up, it should be done as
Yeah,
well.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and then that's really it. That's all I got. Did you guys watch American Prime Evil yet?
Yeah, that was good.
That was good. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
saw
can
that. I
watch it. Yeah.
only 6. I think it was only 6 episodes.
Yep, that's
That
it.
was a nice and quick, a little cowboy adventure kind of thing. Really good, really good. Cowboys and Indians.
6 and done. That's it.
I
Or-
think so. Yeah,
Yep.
that's what it seemed like.
Yeah,
It was
it's
just
just a one-time thing.
Yeah, it was just quick.
Very violent.
Which seems to be another popular thing nowadays.
Right, the
These quick-
miniseries.
Yeah.
especially with Netflix, they do it all the time.
Yeah.
Like 6 episodes, bop, done. Let's keep it
Yeah,
moving.
like this De Niro thing I told you.
Yeah.
Zeroday.
Did you watch Full Swing yet? The
No.
new season's out for that too.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Oh,
it just
okay.
came out. I think. Well, I think Netflix drops all the episodes, but it just
Yeah.
came out like last week or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so check that out as well. I know you don't want to watch so much TV anymore, but
Trying.
You know. watch something at least to talk about on the show, maybe. I don't know.
Trying to get a little bit more educated.
Oh, I like that. There you go.
I don't know if it's working.
School first. School first. We'll find out if it's working sooner or later. Yeah, I guess that's a wrap. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, just one pick
Here we
for
go.
this week. as
Still getting
usual.
lazy.
We have Black Milk and Fat Ray with Food from the Gods. So that's the pick for this week.
All right, there we go. And that'll do it for this week's episode. We'll see you guys next week. And any final thoughts?
See if we'll have any good, miraculous news on Cole, or if
We will not.
That second opinion.
Yeah, that second period would be great. Yeah, just throw until your arm falls off, kid.
we'll be planning for next season already.
There you go, right? At least for him, right?
or for the Yankees.
Right. All right, folks, that'll do it. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for
Take
stopping
care.
by.
Take care.